Stressed before your vacation coming up, and your to-do list is exploding? In this episode, we'll show you how to prepare in a smart way, how to delegate with confidence, and how to actually unplug so your time off feels like a real break and not a breakdown. So stay tuned for this episode where we talk vacation tips and tricks and pre-vacation prep, and how to make it productive, how to make it better, and how to make sure that you really nail this time before the vacation and after. And with me, I have Magda. Hi, Magda.
Hey, hey, hey. Indeed, the holiday time is coming, and we wanted to let you know how we deal, or at least we are trying to deal, with the fact that very often going on a vacation is really stressful, and it's even more stressful than actual staying at work because everyone thinks, Jesus, now I will go for 2 weeks away, and uh, everything will build up. When I get back from vacation, I will never get back on track because there will be so many things and so many overdue tasks and so many problems. So some people are really stressed about that, and today we want to show you several steps that will try help you avoid it, maybe not totally, but probably minimize the stress and minimize the consequences.
Yeah, minimize the damage. Um, and especially, it's I always find that the time before vacation can be a very productive and useful time, and can be a trigger for many improvements for the future. So let's take advantage of that.
Yeah, that's right. Some people, when they know they will have vacation very soon, they turn on the turbo mode and they can work twice as productively and efficiently as usually. So yeah,
Completely.
that can be a good thing as well. So the third thing is that you should start preparing for your vacation 4 weeks before your vacation. That sounds really serious and strategic, but it will help.
Okay, so before we dive into this, uh, um, 4 weeks before, yeah, I know. So hashtag Nozbe history. I built Nozbe because I am a very disorganized person by definition. That's why I need Nozbe. Otherwise, I would be really bad. And one of the things that I'm famous for is doing everything last minute, because everything takes just 5 minutes and it's done. So that's why I have Nozbe, where I have my to-dos, where I can plan things, and when I can plan weeks and days in advance to make sure that I don't do everything last minute. Um, so that's why, don't be me. Don't do things at the last minute. Listen to Magda.
Yeah. So your step one is think when you are going away, and 4 weeks, or okay, 3, but 4 weeks optimally, start planning ahead. Just think of what projects you're working on, think of what should be done. Just start your strategy. The first thing that you should do in this strategy is let your colleagues and clients and customers, everyone who you deal with on a daily basis, let them know that you will be gone 1 month before so that they can prepare, that they can now give you as many tasks as they want, because then you will be absent.
I mean, just think about it. Taking vacations is legal. Like you can, if you're hired and you have a like normal work contract, you have the right to have vacation. So don't worry, and don't stress out about letting others know. Um, uh, I have this crazy story. I remember many years ago. We hired a new software engineer, and he was already, but he's been already working with us like half a year or something. So everything was working, maybe not half a year, but quite a few months. And then uh, suddenly he tells me, "Yeah, so I will be out tomorrow because my wife is giving birth tomorrow." And I'm like, "So all these months you've been working with me, you didn't know your wife was pregnant? Like she just told you today that tomorrow she's giving birth. Like, I was just so shocked and surprised because, like, I know, I mean, I have 3 kids, so I know, for example, what it means.
When
And
your
even
wife
for
is pregnant.
exactly, even I mean, the wife does the job, the heavy lifting, but the guy is the support system in that sense. But what I'm just saying is that I was really taken aback that he just threw it like out of the blue for us, like, like not without, because, and we haven't given him any, ideas that we wouldn't be. No, it was just weird to say something out of the blue. That's why the same with vacation. You can plan your vacation. You can consult with your team. I mean, you should consult with your team when is the best time to do vacation. But then once it's decided that you're taking vacation, don't be shy about it. Let everyone know, because everyone on the team needs also their time to adjust to the new situation that in 4 weeks, in a month, you'll be out. So
Yeah,
that's why
especially if
it's.
you are some key person in the company.
Exactly. If you're in a small company and you're one of the key people, you have to really plan it well, and we'll get to all the details today. But really, you know, once it's decided and it's been decided, it's great. Like, announce it. Don't be shy.
Yeah, there are several ways to do this. You can do this just normally, or if you are using Slack or any kind of software, there are options to add your status, or so you can add it in your status that you'll be away from that day to that day, or you can add it to your email signature for like maximum visibility. Just one thing, because you say that holiday is legal, taking days off is legal. Yeah, but some people are really afraid to do this because of the reasons that we mentioned at the beginning. And because of that, some companies, I read about it, that some companies introduced the bonus, like the extra money for people who take vacation, because people didn't want to go on holiday and they
Hmm.
were exhausted, they were, like burned out. So the management decided to give them, to seduce them, to give them incentives and just pay them for going on holiday. So yeah, that's hilarious and like frightening at the same time.
Yeah, but this is so true. I mean, my experience has been the same, Magda. In our team, sometimes people are just so caught up in work that they actually forget to plan it, and if they don't have a significant other, for example, a wife or a husband or a spouse, to motivate them to to plan vacations. Like, for example, when we have single people, very often they just forget. They just they are just used to working, and you have to just tell them, hey guys, um, you have this two week vacation. You haven't planned it, so uh, I give you I give you a week to plan it. If not, we will plan it for you, and we will, because we will just choose the best 2 weeks for our convenience, not for yours. So
Mhm.
if you go, in a cold autumn, you will get 2 weeks of vacation instead of nice summer. Then it's on you, because you have the whole year to plan some of the key vacations, especially the longer one, the 2 week one. So, like, plan them, and if not, we'll plan it for you. Because also we know, uh, and we've been running Nozbe for 18 years. By experience, people get burned out. People just get tired. People just get, they go with the flow. Like, at some point, they need to have a break, and that's why it's in the long term business interest of the company to let people rest.
Definitely, yeah. Another step in your journey to holiday, it's prioritizing. Yeah, 4 weeks or 3 weeks before your vacation, start prioritizing. This is the good time to look at your calendar to see what's on your plate. Begin finding the things that you really need to get done before your holiday. It's also very, very important that you become even more assertive at that time. Don't take extra work, don't accept any extra assignments. Try to be strict with your boss or manager not to give you extra things, because you are going away and you won't be able just to cope with the amount of work if they add you some extra stuff. So yeah, that's very important.
Yeah,
Being really rational about things that you have to do. by the end of holiday. Actually, this is not only the 4 weeks before your vacation, but take into consideration also the 1 week or 2 or 3 weeks of your absence.
Yeah, this is not the moment to be brave and to be, I'm going to take on everything. This is a moment to actually be editorial, to just make sure that you have to focus on the most important things before you go on vacation. That's why don't take anything extra, don't take anything, an extra assignments. uh, Water it down, like make sure that you only do the things that are necessary before vacation. So you have to be really, as Magda already said, strategic about it. That's why, don't play heroes, focus on what needs to be done.
Yeah, exactly. Step 4 is finding a backup. It's like a good spirit or someone who will take care of your things when you are away. Um you can, there are like three ways of doing that. You can either ask your boss or a manager to find a substitution for you, to like designate a person who will take over your responsibilities while you were away. But I think this is the most aggressive and unpleasant way. The second method is finding someone you trust and someone who likes you, who will accept the challenge and will agree to take over some of your things. And the third thing, and I think that solution is the best, just to try to look for the people who will do some of your tasks, because some people are good at this and some people are good at different things, so you can just spread your duties between several people, and that will be probably better for them because it won't be so overwhelming for one person.
Yeah, completely. Like it's also like, I know from for a fact that, if you're managing the company, if you're running the company, if when people go on vacation, this is the biggest headache, like what to do with the work that needs to be done. So if you can in any way offload this off your boss, tell them, who can substitute you, who you've talked to about this, which kind of duties are necessary and can be substituted by this and this person, then it's perfect. And this is one of the things where I already mentioned in the beginning of the show, that this helps the company become more resilient, that you're not the only person who knows everything in that field. You share the knowledge, and this way the company can survive when you're on vacation and can thrive when you're on vacation. And this way, you're helping build up a more resilient company.
Yeah, there are three important things that we wanted to add at this point. First, this the fact that you have to spread your duties between other people is one of the reasons why it's really nice to have a transparent system in your company, not to have everything in secret and keep your tasks only to yourself and to your boss. No, it's better to create a system, transparent one, when everyone sees what the other people are working on. They doesn't have to be notified about it or like bombarded, but it's really great that they have possibility to just go and see what other people are doing, and yeah, just have this possibility. The second point is that oh no, I forgot.
In the meantime, I wanted just to say that also this creates a great feedback loop, that people who will be doing your things um, might have some new ideas of how these things could be done. So it's actually a great chance, a great opportunity for your work to be better once you come back, because they will have some new ideas, maybe feedback, maybe they will see things that you haven't seen because you've been doing this forever. And this way, they can help you grow, and
Yeah,
become a better
that's a
person.
great point. Yeah, different perspective. I remember now my second point. It was documentation. I think that's what you
Yeah.
like talking about. This going on vacation also proves how important it is to document and write everything down, to just to show people how certain things should be handled.
Yeah, just a very random idea from the company that I know, which I will not mention, and about a person that I will not mention, that there is a person in this company that I know that sends every 2 weeks a newsletter to the to this company's users. And when this person was going on vacation, we were all wondering. I mean, these people in this company were all wondering how this person is doing that, and which kind of steps is this person, taking to make sure that all these newsletters are being sent correctly.
Yeah. They should definitely create a documentation about it. Even record a movie showing step by step what should be done. This is a really nice modern idea of documenting
Yeah.
your responsibilities. It's not only for vacation. It's also good for the case when you leave the company or when you get sick. That's probably everyone should has a file or some kind of folder on in the cloud with the with some instructions of what they are doing and how they are doing that. I think we used to have something like that in Nozbe, right? I think we recently kind of maybe got less strict about it, but there was a time that everyone had to create a documentation and exact instructions for their responsibilities.
No, we are still doing that. We are still doing that, but not as strict as we should be, because now it was, it's all over the place. So it's actually a good motivator for us to also document. One of the tips I have, that even for a video documentation, you don't need any sophisticated software for that. You can use the free Zoom account for video conferencing. Just start a meeting only with yourself, hit record, and hit share screen, and share the screen, explain what you're doing, and then end the call. The recording will record automatically, and then you can upload it, for example, to Nozbe Task as an attachment, or as a video, or you can upload it to YouTube as a private video, or Vimeo as a private video, and then later embed it in your Nozbe Task, for example, or in some other place where you would like to embed it. So you don't need to be a big video producer. And also the cool thing is, before recording such a video, just make sure that you write all the points that you want to hit, so that during recording you don't have to be really a great actor. You can just say things that you want to say. But if you're following your script, not script but the points, then for your audience, which means for people in your team, it will be enough and it will be perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So 4 weeks before going away, plan ahead. Let your colleagues and clients know that you will be away. Begin prioritizing and seeing and making sure what should be done by the time you get back from your holiday, and find the backup, the good spirit. And remember, it shouldn't be the person who will do things for you. They should just kind of control the stuff that you will let rolling. But that's that the point where that we are just going to discuss. Two
Yeah.
weeks before the vacation.
So now we're heading to 2 weeks, right? 2 weeks before. Okay, before we do that, let's hear from Sarah how she and her team uses Nozbe and documents everything in Nozbe, and then we'll talk about 2 weeks and we'll close it.
Once I started using Nozbe, that's when we started to really think beyond like a freelance mindset to more of a team mindset. And the beauty of it is that we can have a remote team. So we could hire people based on their credentials or based on, relationships that we had with people that we knew would be really good, and didn't have to hire based on location and somebody that's within, a mile radius, something close to where we were. It also, Nozbe is very intuitive and easy for a team to use. So as we add new people, whether it's a contractor or an employee to the team, we can get them set up with Nozbe, and within really an hour, they can see projects and tasks that are assigned to them, and start working. So most of our teams really taking Nozbe pretty easily.
That was Sarah.
Okay.
So 2 weeks before your vacation. Step 1, run a super thorough review of your tasks and project and determine the whole scope of the work you are doing on a daily basis.
Yeah, I mean, you've heard our previous episodes, and if you haven't, go back to a previous episode of No Office Podcast where we talk about Fridays and about weekly review. And these weekly reviews before the vacation are the most important ones, because then you have to really thoroughly review all your projects, all your commitments, all your tasks, and as we said, to choose the most important ones that need to be done, and maybe drop some that you will not do anymore, abandon the tasks. Um, we have this new feature in Nozbe that actually, when you go to a task, you can click on the task options and choose abandon a task. So you make a statement: I haven't completed this task. I have abandoned it, and this way you'll have more clarity as to what needs to be prepared really, what needs to be prepared for the person that is going to substitute you, or for the people who will substitute you, and what just needs to be just done when you're away.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I think that also this is the moment when we want to emphasize that now you should really get faster and do many of the tasks that you would be doing during your holiday. I'm not saying about some extreme, hard work, but it's really nice. Just do it for yourself in the future to make your comeback easier. Just work a little bit faster. You can maybe work 15 minutes longer for the last 2 weeks and focus more and keep yourself together more, get less distracted, because you won't regret it. You will be just happier and less stressed during your days off.
I mean, I think it's not mostly about working more, but working more um, focused, so that you have more focused time. You don't get distracted, as you said, but also you focus on what really needs to be done, and then you have to make really executive decisions that some things will not be prepared because they don't need to be, because they'll be fine, and they can be postponed for later. Also,
Mhm.
if you're in doubt, you can always talk to your manager, supervisor, colleagues, and ask them to confirm, hey, I'm choosing that this thing, I'll drop it for now because I want to focus on this and that and that. What do you think? And if they confirm, then you're off to the races.
Mhm. Also, making a list of everything that you are working on, if you are not using something like Nozbe or another other project management tool, it's really necessary for the person who will be substituting you. Doing the exact list of things that you are on, that are on your plate, so that they know exactly what uh, what they will be responsible for during your holiday. And yeah, it's really hard for me to explain stuff like that because we have everything in Nozbe and everyone can access my projects. And actually, because of our status tasks and all transparency, it's so obvious. But I can imagine that there are people who are working in such a way that only actually they know what they are doing. And in that case, it's really necessary to take the person who you will choose as your substitution and just share it with them, explain it to them.
Yeah,
Now
completely.
now only like theoretically. The meeting will be a little bit later, but list it and provide them with this list so that they can see.
It was so nice that while recording this podcast, Magda's cat decided to take, to also be part of the action. So people who were on the video, they could see it, but people who are on audio, they could hear a bit of the microphone moving. That was Magda's cat trying to take over the conversation. All right, so that's that, and what you can do 2 weeks before is you can do this exercise, this that David Allen of Getting Things Done fame always does on his webinars, on his seminars, is to do a mind dump, is to just take a piece of paper or two or three and write down everything on your mind, just like do a proper mind dump. This way you will see if there are maybe additional tasks, additional things, additional ideas, additional projects that you haven't reviewed or you forgot or they were not written down, but they're on your mind. And this way you can decide what to do with them. So maybe put them, in the system, put them in your task manager, put them in Nozbe, or write them down, or send an email about it to your boss or whatever. So this is also this good idea that, because you take advantage of the situation, that because you're so focused and that because you're preparing for vacation, your mind is also clearer. So maybe then you have these things that are still lingering in your mind that can be um, transcribed and then later taken action on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then we have 1 week before your vacation. Here, step 1 is including the person or the people who will be helping you in important emails. Maybe invite them to some of the events or mention them in Nozbe in the tasks you are on, so that they already get into the into the groove, and they are, yeah, they feel what is
They're
it
part of the
like.
action.
Yeah, they can see what other people are included in the conversation, what's the vibe in this conversation, if it's some email thread with many people taking part in. Yeah, also, yeah, in the calendar you could share some events in your calendar, in your online calendar, or even share the whole calendar with the person and include them in the meetings that maybe they should lead these meetings or they should take part in them. Yeah, that's a hard work for the person who will substitute you. Yeah, adding on CC, copying them in all the emails. That's, yeah, if someone is using emails a lot.
And also, this is the moment to really make your announcement loud, make announcement known. Hey guys, in a week, I'm leaving. I'm going to be on vacation. I'm going to be on the beach. So make sure to, if you have anything to me now, speak now, or just be silent forever. So this is the moment. And our software engineers very often that do that. I mean, 1 week before, hey guys, I've been working on this and this and this, but I've been also helping many people in many places. So if you need any of my help or consult or whatever, do it now, because then I'm off for 2 weeks, or I'm off for 3 weeks, and I'm gonna be gone. So um, it motivates everyone to also focus and think, okay, do I need this guy now, or can I just leave them be and let them go on vacation? Or is there something I wanted to talk to them about, but didn't get a chance in the last 3 weeks? So it's really important to make the announcement and to make sure that everyone hears about it. Like we have in Nozbe now, we have messages 1-to-1, but also messages to the whole team, and it's very useful to use that feature as well to announce to everyone. And this way, people can, of course, give you nice reactions, or can give you
Attack you in the private messages. Oh my God, you are going away. Please do this and this and this and this for me before you leave.
exactly.
But at least they won't call you during your holiday.
Yeah, because this is not what you want. This is for your own sake.
Yeah, this is for the sake of you in 2 weeks, when you will be trying to, get back on track after the absence. Now, 1 day before your vacation, it will be a really hard day, so it's recommended not to have any meetings on that day. Just have it only for you and for the last preparations. First, write a clear out of office message in your emails, in all the software and tools for communication that you are using. Set the vacation mode everywhere. It will be soon available in Nozbe. The vacation mode, you'll be able to set it to let people know not to mention you or not to delegate any tasks, so that, yeah, for them to be kind for you and not overwhelm you with work while you are away. And also, it's letting them know that you won't be able to respond. Yeah, if you are in a big team and someone will forget that you told them that you will be out away, the vacation mode is really useful, because they will just, hey, he won't just respond to you within the next 10 days. Don't expect any reaction here from this particular person. So yeah, out of office message. Then
Wait,
set
wait.
expectation.
The-
Uh-huh.
I want to just talk about the vacation mode.
No.
We have been, we wanted to introduce this feature for a long time. So now it's almost there. So very soon you'll have it in the Nozbe near you. We are testing it right now, and it works great because we've been testing it. And when you put it on, it's like you can plan several vacations if you really want to, but the most important thing is you can plan the vacation. People can go to your profile and see when you're going to be on vacation, and when you are on vacation there is like a palm tree next to your user, so that
Okay.
people know that you're on vacation. So when they delegate a task to you, they know that you will not be able to respond right away.
Yeah, they get the notification.
They get a notification, hey, you can delegate this to Magda, but she's out. If that's okay, that's okay, and that's fine. Like if and that for me it's great, because even if I have a task for Magda and she's on vacation, but it's not urgent, I just want it off my plate and know that I want her to take care of it at some point. It's great, I can do that, but I know that this won't be. I mean, the expectations are set right. I know that it won't be done anytime soon, because she has to first come back. But all on the receiving end, while having vacation, it's great because you're not receiving all these notifications. So you still have things in incoming, piling up and everything, but they are piling up only in this workspace and nowhere else. So, for example, when I tested it, I was on a trip, and I have my Nozbe workspace. We have our Nozbe business there, and then we have two workspaces for our Nozbe business, and I was there on vacation. But then I have my personal workspace where I was planning my trip, and I could still use Nozbe. And I could still use all the Nozbe features, notifications, and everything from that space, from my personal space. So I could use um, Nozbe for my trip, for my private trip, while being on vacation in the Nozbe, the business. So that's I think that's very useful, and that's very great. That's great that you don't have to use a different app for things that you already know how to do. You can use Nozbe, keep using Nozbe while not going to your business and not being bombarded by notifications from the business.
Mhm. Yeah, and this magic is possible in business plan. Yeah, it's not in premium, but business. We have the special subscription that enables you to have more than one workspace.
I mean, exactly. So if you're on a premium, you have one workspace, so you can set a vacation for this premium workspace. But if you're on a business, you can set up the vacation for the entire business. So for all the workspaces that are included in this business. So like in our case, we use two workspaces. So I was on vacation in both.
Mhm. Okay. Step 2, set expectations for how you can be reached in case of emergency. But the real emergency, and this is also very important, what constitutes a real emergency? Because yeah, you have to be clear about it, not to let them call you or send you a WhatsApp message or iMessage when you are relaxing because of some petty, not important things.
In our case, in our company, we've been using different messaging platforms. We've been using Slack. We've been using iMessage. People among us who use iPhones, they use iMessage. Some people have been using WhatsApps. Now that we have messages in Nozbe, we use messages in Nozbe for company-based stuff, and we use them all the time now. But uh, if there are emergencies, we know that when I'm on vacation, I will not get notification from a message on Nozbe. So this way, if there is an emergency, really, people know how to contact me. They know my iMessage. They know how they have my phone number, so they can contact me. But again, as you said, it's important to set boundaries and explain what emergency is. In my case, for example, preparing for vacation, there was a new feature we were building, and I told the leading engineer, "Look, you have green light from me. Just do it, and if you can ship it, ship it. I have no further notes, no further feedback to you. I think we know what we want to do. Just do it. However, if you if you're at some point in a doubt and you have to make a decision which you're not comfortable with, talk to Tom. Whatever Tom decides is like what I would have decided, and that's it. So this way, I am kind of giving an emergency contact already within the team who is staying, just in case. And then calling me or sending me a message would be the last resort in a case of a very serious, emergency.
Hmm. Yeah, that's reasonable from the boss's point of view. Step number 3 is organizing your both digital and physical workspace. It's so nice to get back to a really nice and neat place and computer. So, get rid of everything from your desk that's not important. Clean your desktop, clean your downloads, empty your bin, go through your email, through your incoming in Nozbe, through your all inboxes, and just make sure that one day before your vacation they are all zeroed down, so that you minimize the amount of stuff that will be there when you are back.
I mean,
Um,
I
hmm?
people who've been following me know that I love my home office. I'm right now in a different office in somebody else's office for the recording of this conversation. But my home office, and you know that I've written extensively how I modify my home office and work on my home office. And also in my home office, I really like to have things where they should be, where they belong. So for me, having this order helps me focus, helps me stay focused when I work. So that's why I also make sure that before leaving, I want to make sure that the office is clean. So when I come back and want to start working, I don't have to dig through piles of documents or piles of things. I don't have to clean up first. And then I don't have an excuse to clean up first. I can already start, reviewing tasks and getting back to work.
Mhm. After zeroing down your inboxes and cleaning all the stuff, also this is the moment when personally I would do the brain dump again. This is the moment when I would do
Oh,
again what Michael said 2 weeks before, because I'm kind of nervous person, and I think that probably already tomorrow when we'll be on the plane or something, I would start thinking over and wondering what I have forgotten about. So also on the last day, I would do that again, just to make sure that during these 2 weeks nothing else came up, or maybe there was something hidden behind my brain, you know so yeah, the brain dump again. You can do this into the single tasks in Nozbe, or you can just write it down on a piece of paper, just in case there is something that you are missing. And this way you won't have to get stressed and really overthink when you are away. Yeah.
completely. I mean, that's really a good idea, especially that last minute you may have a thought or something, that you haven't,
Mhm.
you have forgotten to tell your substitute, for
Mhm.
example, and then you have a chance to do it instead of, going on vacation, sitting in an airplane, and then you're like, oh man, I forgot about
Mhm.
this.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's a good idea.
So then you are leaving. So turn off work email, turn off the work calendar on your phone if you have one phone for work and private stuff. Turn off the notification, of course. I think this is the good moment. Leaving work on the last day, just make it a ritual and turn off your notifications if you can. I hope you all can do this, and you are allowed to do this. Mm, and I think one of the extra tips would be writing down the top maybe 5 or top 10 things you want to do on the day that you get back. That would be nice thing. I think it's kind of good. This is like planning your next day, but this next day is after your vacation. This is as yes. Usually we are planning what we are going to do tomorrow, the day before, so that we start our day with the clear list of what we want to achieve today. And the same way, you create a list of things you want to achieve on the day you come back. It might be a good idea.
Yeah, I think so. And we have reviewed what needs to be done before the holidays and before vacation. And then for me, the best part is coming back from vacation when I come back from vacation is that because I use Nozbe, because as you said, we are a very transparent company and we have many things in the projects, and we have access to most of the projects. Um, so we can review things that the day of my return to work, I actually don't do any meetings. I don't have any status meetings. I don't need to ask for status anyone. I can just go through my incoming view, through my activity view, and then through the projects. And recently, we've been hiring for a programmer job and a customer support job, and I could just go to these projects and review the situation. Look, how the tasks have progressed, on which stage the recruitment is, what has happened, who got qualified, who got disqualified. I could do all that without asking anyone a question, without talking to anyone. And especially after vacation where you have rested, and now getting back to work is kind of tough because you're still in a vacation mode, in the vacation mood. It's nice to not have to have meetings now and just go through the things, because then I'm going to have a meeting on the second day, and then I'm going to be already knowing most of the things, and then we would have a much more productive conversations because I have reviewed the tasks. And what we discussed in the beginning, because I was away, I have more of a distance to all the things that happened, because these people were like involved in these projects, and I'm looking from the outside, kind of reviewing what they've done, reviewing what happened, and maybe I can give some good feedback or good tips, or just observe some things. And again, this is fantastic. And I always say that the most embarrassing thing for a boss, for a company owner, is not knowing something. It's like you want to. I know it's not very, like, it shouldn't be like this, but I'm telling you, as a boss, you want to know all. You want to know what's happening everywhere. You want to, and of course you shouldn't, and you shouldn't know all the details, but you just want to know what's going on. And being able to go through projects and review the tasks, review the comments, gives you this idea that you can know what's going on in the company. But of course, it also requires that the company works like this, that the company works asynchronously, that the company writes comments. And in our case, for us, it's second nature that we always comment on tasks. We even comment to our own tasks, just with ourselves, to make sure that we have like the last situation of the task, and the status tasks famous. Then there is the whole episode about it, which I encourage you to check it out. It's really useful to have that culture of writing down things, because then it's really beneficial for everyone, and not only for the bosses. Like, if people come from vacation and they want to know what's going on in that project, they can go and look it up. But for me, especially for a person managing the company, knowing things, being in the know, and not having to rely on people telling me things, it's just much better.
Yeah. So extra tips for getting back from holiday is blocking your first day after vacation, so that you don't have any meetings. Also expecting that people were writing down things for you, noting down what's been happening, so that uh, you are on the ball when you are back. That's a great reason and great motivation for all of you to try to convince other people in your company to, as Michael said, to just write things down. This is, for us, this is the pillar of productivity and effective teamwork: writing things down and running the written down communication, which is also asynchronous. Everything is findable, everything can be tracked down, everything is just noted down and documented. So yeah, this is a great thing.
Oh, yes, completely. And that's why, for example, I it's hard for me to see when people don't work like that. That people have everybody has their own to-dos, their own email, their own things. Because just think about it, like, you're gone on vacation, and don't have access to your email inbox. I don't have access to your computer because you're on vacation. You just, so I don't have access to many things. But thanks to the fact that it's all in Nozbe, in projects, in tasks, in comments, I have access to most of your things then. So I can actually look up things, check how things went, or how when they should be done, even if you're gone. So it's like it's a very big benefit.
Yeah, if there is no any like data security reasons, it's really, really great to have transparency and to open all your projects and all the work for everyone. Probably people are so busy with their own work that they won't have time to go and spy on you to see what you are doing. But just in case, they'll be able to access your stuff and to see what can be added or how can they can contribute while you are away. And they don't have to contact you just to ask you to give them access to some documents or to give them access to some email conversation. So
Yeah, I always
yeah.
tell fellow entrepreneurs that it's okay. You can have few projects, limited only to, for example, the management, some deep financial discussions, or or early ideas, or all these things. But most of the like day-to-day work should be transparent, should be visible,
Yeah, I
because
can't
this
see any
way.
reason why someone would like to hide it.
Exactly. There is no reason for that. And I mean, that's why we kind of a few years back, when we built new Nozbe, we changed the business model, that the free account is for not only for 3 projects, but it's also for 3 people. So you can try with somebody already, if you want to start um, communicating through tasks, as we call it. um, to start this kind of new culture of writing down things, of putting the projects transparently, and working on them together.
Yeah, today I was having conversation with one of our potential customers, and she said that she's running a 56 people company, and most of the communication uh, takes place in WhatsApp groups. And she said she was so overwhelmed and exhausted with that she left some of them. And now she's so anxious because she doesn't know what's going on. But at the same time, she was terrified with receiving like thousands of notification daily because people were just writing things there, communicating chaotically, not in a structured way. So uh, yeah, having everything in a structured system, maybe it requires some work at the beginning because you have to create that system and that structure, but then it pays off so quickly. And this is a great solution for situations like going on vacation.
Yeah, but I cannot imagine running a company and 50 people company in a through WhatsApp groups. Man, this sounds exhausting. And the thing is, with the system, with that with system with projects and tasks, like our Nozbe, you don't have to nail it out of the you don't have to do it right the first time. You just create a few projects, you start writing down tasks. If you see that these tasks require new projects, you create new projects, or you move tasks around, or you move projects around. It's fine. But just think about it, being notified about every comment, everything, because this is what happens when you have a WhatsApp group. Every comment.
Yeah, but then imagine you as a boss leaving such a group and then not knowing half of the things that your team is doing is
Exactly, because
also anxiety.
especially in WhatsApp, if you want to rejoin the group, you will not see the previous messages at all.
Exactly.
So you're left out of the conversation.
Yeah.
And for me, I am just not following many projects. I'm just following the projects that I really care about right now. The
Yeah, but
most
when you want, you can access them, right?
But I can access them anytime. Yes, I can
Mhm.
access them anytime. Just like with the recruitment project, both recruitment projects, were enormous, like hundreds of tasks, because we had so many people applying, hundreds of comments. I mean, you've been managing the recruitment, and I wasn't following any of that. But then when I chose to read, and to see what's going on, I could go
Curiosity.
and just read, and just read comments and give my thumbs up or thumbs down, or whatever reactions to the comments, to support everyone. So yeah, um, I hope you get to have good vacation, especially when you're in the northern hemisphere. Then the summer is coming, and I hope you get to plan it well. We decided to prepare this episode earlier, because Some people will start in June, others in July, others in August, and we want to make sure that everyone gets prepared.
Yeah. And remember to be strategic about your holiday. You will be crazy and not strategic during your vacation, but before, be super strategic, prepare everything so that you can enjoy your free time afterward.
Exactly. And if you want to try to work like we do, and like how like Sarah does, one of our customers, like what other customers do, when you have many things transparent, when you have things in projects, tasks, and comments, and not managing the company through WhatsApp groups, then there is a bonus which can last you up to 3 months of premium. So check it out. It's only for our podcast listeners. So check it out. Thank you for being an amazing listener of the No Office podcast. Every other Wednesday, we meet to talk about productivity and hybrid lifestyle, because we believe that work is not a place to go, it's a thing to do. It's a special gift only to No Office podcast listeners. When you sign up for Nozbe using this link, nozbe.com/podcast, you'll get $30 of credits, which you can use to upgrade to Nozbe Premium. Nozbe helps thousands of smart business owners and their teams get their professional and private life organized in a single app in a simple way. And Nozbe is free for up to 3 active projects and 3 people on your team. So start today and claim your free bonus credits, which you will later need to upgrade to unlimited projects. Once again, thank you for being an amazing listener. Thanks for your support and for spreading the word about our No Office podcast and Nozbe. See you and hear you in the next episode, and in the meantime, claim your bonus credits here.